I know everybody a go like. I know everybody a go like. Success don't come overnight. No matter no a substance over hype. Do it for the love, we not do it for the life.
What's good? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a safe holiday season. Welcome to another episode of Keeping It Real. Actually, it's the 12th episode. It's the end of the fourth quarter of 2024. Keeping It Real is a live streaming broadcast that broadcasts live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Keeping It Real is your go-to show for personal and professional development, diving deep into fitness, public speaking, networking, and sometimes real estate. I appreciate you joining me tonight, whether live or on the replay. Watch it live, say hi in the comments, let's connect. This isn't just a show. This is a start or the start of a growing community. Together, we can build a space where like-minded individuals can connect, learn, and grow personally and professionally. What's the next chapter in your personal or professional journey? Comment below and let us kick this journey off together. Hello, I'm Jason Harris, and I'm unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston, but maybe not this far south. Also known as Coach FitPro J, your diet-free fat loss specialist. I'm the coach who talks the talk and walks the walk. I've been there, done that, and now I empower real estate professionals and entrepreneurs to take control of their nutrition and fitness without feeling overwhelmed by keeping it simple, keeping it moving, and keeping it real. Welcome to the weekly live broadcast, Keeping It Real. All right, tonight we're going to start with the core four of networking. After that, from stage fright to spotlight, the public speaking segment of the show. Then we'll get into fitness success, the 4 pillars of achievement. And then we'll finish up with some real estate. Let's get started. The core 4 of networking. Networking is an essential skill in both business and personal development. In the core 4 of networking segment, I break down the key practices for building strong, lasting relationships. Do you even know about the core 4 of networking? Can you tell me what they are? They're right in front of you. I'll be breaking down the core 4 1 week at a time. Week 1, show up. Why simply being present can open doors to success. Week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Week 3, pay attention. The importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. And then week 4, follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. What's the most challenging aspect of networking you have faced, and how did you address it, or is it still a challenge? Go ahead and share your biggest networking challenges and how you overcome them or address them in the comments. In addition to exploring the core 4 of networking, this segment will also showcase local members of the networking organizations I'm affiliated with, as well as professionals and other businesses in my network. I'll also provide local networking insights on local networking events that I attend. This Monday happens to be week 4. So tonight's topic is follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. Tonight, I'm going to follow up on something I mentioned in the last episode. In the last episode, after sharing details about an event, I hinted that I might be able to bring a special guest onto the show. Well, I followed through, and he's here tonight, waiting backstage. But before we bring out this special guest, let me recap that event for you. Hosted by Easter Seals, Massachusetts, experience everything the Bridge Center has to offer on Tuesday, January 7th from 3 to 6 p.m. at their family-friendly community open house featuring free trial classes, meet and greets with the barn animals, crafts, a campus scavenger hunt, and opportunities to explore programs, volunteer roles, and careers. The Bridge Center is located at 470 Pine Street in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. They provide a wide range of programs year-round and welcome individuals to all ages to enjoy enriching experiences and opportunities for growth. The 22-acre campus consists of a beautiful pond, a vibrant equestrian center, a fun splash pad, might be frozen now though, vast outdoor fields, and more. You can learn more tonight as well as at bridgecenter.easterseals.org. It's scrolling right below here. Okay. Back to that special guest. Tonight, I'm thrilled to introduce a truly exceptional guest, Paul Medeiros, the president and CEO of Easter Seals, Massachusetts. Paul leads an organization that is dedicated to empowering individuals with disabilities to live, learn, work, and play in their communities. Under his leadership, Easter Seals has been making an extraordinary difference in countless lives across the state. Paul is not just a leader, but a passionate advocate, and tonight we're diving into his journey, the impactful work of Easter Seals, and how each of us can contribute to building a more inclusive and supportive world. Prepare to be inspired, motivated, and maybe even a little awed by the remarkable work happening right here in Massachusetts. Let's bring Paul out and get into it. All right, let me fix this. All right, how you doing on this colder than cold night here in Massachusetts, Paul?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on, Jason.
Awesome. So I got a line of questioning I want to ask you. Maybe, not maybe, it will definitely give the audience an idea, or better than an idea, of yourself and the wonderful organization that you're with. So I wanted to start off with, I know I gave you an intro, but what inspired you to take on the role of president and CEO of Easter Seals, Massachusetts, and how has your journey with this organization been so far?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't planned. It wasn't something that I had set out to do. I'm an occupational therapist by background, and I started my career with Easter Seals. And I love the mission of the organization. It fit with my mission as an occupational therapist, and and then the situation just arose that when my predecessor was retiring, I kind of saw an opportunity to apply for the job, and I just love the culture of Easter Seals, and I'll admit I was a little scared of someone coming from the outside and maybe changing that culture that I was so passionate about. So I figured I'd take a chance, and the board took a chance on me, and here we are. It's been almost 10 years.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long. 10 years.
Well, yeah, not, a little over 9, but yeah, we're on our 10th year. So.
Yeah. Wow. So can you share a pivotal moment in your career or personal life that shaped your passion for serving others, especially this organization, for 10 years?
Yeah. So actually, I've been with Easter Seals for over 20 years. As a kid, I have an aunt who has a disability, and I spent a lot of time with her. And just seeing her, advocate for herself, seeing my grandparents advocate for her, and, spending time with her over the summer and on weekends, and just seeing, maybe people putting up some barriers, and her working to fight through those, she went and got her GED and things like that, because she didn't grow up with the Americans with Disabilities Act. She had to go back later and do that advocacy and fight for herself. So, being able to see that and see how the world has changed, since she was a little kid, I just wanted to be part of that, helping people and helping the next generation to be independent and empowered as well.
What were some of the challenges that she had?
Well, I mean, like I said, 50, 60 years ago, kids with physical disabilities or intellectual disabilities weren't allowed in public schools, or, the parents might have been told, just make them comfortable or put them in a place, kind of outside of society. And my grandparents, I always say my grandparents, still alive, in their 90s, they're fierce advocates. They, before before advocacy was something that everybody was doing, they were fierce advocates for their daughter. And they made sure that she learned how to write, read, and how she could communicate with low tech solutions. And, they educated her and said, no, we're not going to just assume that she can't do things. And, because of that, she was able to maximize her potential in that way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how old were you when you had that experience with her?
I mean, my whole life,
Wow.
Yeah, because she's 20 something years older than me. So since from birth, I spent a lot of time with her. So
that's awesome. It's weird how stuff happens.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is. So another question I had for you too is, what does a typical day look like for you as the leader of such a significant organization as Easter Seals is?
Yeah, I mean, people ask that question a lot, oh, could you, write down what a day is like? Or, there's no such thing. Maybe that's just my style. I'm very much, Easter Seals, we're very community focused. We're out in the world. And just my background and how I like to be, there is no typical day. Every day you have new challenges, new things happening, new surprises. I'm in a different part of the state. We're statewide, so I could be in Springfield, I could be in Bridgewater, I could be in Boston, I could be in Worcester. So every day is a little different. And then sometimes you have a really great plan for the day, and it quickly goes sideways because some surprise comes up that you have to deal with. So yeah, I can truly say there's no such thing as a typical day in my life.
No, that sounds never a dull moment, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So for those that may not be familiar, what is the mission of Easter Seals Massachusetts? And what sets it apart from other organizations?
Sure. Yeah. So Easter Seals' mission is to provide services to ensure that children and adults with disabilities have equal opportunities to live, learn, work, and play. And that's our formal mission, but more generally, we work with people of all ages, all types of disabilities. And I think I don't know if it sets us apart, but something I'm really proud about us is, we're very person-centered. We focus on every individual's goals. And whatever service you're receiving from us, the person working with you, that's our culture, is what are your goals? How can we help you reach your goals? And, that might be very different from person to person, and what their needs are might be very different. But we also have changed over the years, and we've adapted. So, Easter Seals has been in Massachusetts for 80 years. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'll talk to people. I thought you did this. It's like, well, maybe 50 years ago we did that. Now the needs of the community are different. So we've adapted to serve the community in the way that they need. So that's one thing I love about Easter Seals is we're not stubborn. We're going to go where there's need. And if something is not needed anymore, we're going to pivot away and we're going to do the next thing.
No, that's awesome. You guys adapt with the times. And I'm sure, like you said, you're out in the community all the time. So you adapt to what the community needs. And that can change from time to time, like you said.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, we have 250 employees and they're working with people all over. And some of the best ideas we have come from those people working directly with our clients. And they say, this is a problem. And then we can't always fix it. I'm not going to pretend we can always fix it. But some of our programs have directly come from those types of ideas where we saw a gap and we were able to fill it.
Oh, no, that's awesome. So you guys actually get the data from the trenches, really.
For sure.
And that's where it's needed. So that just makes sense. So what are some of the programs or initiatives at Easter Seals Massachusetts that you're most proud of?
Yeah. I mean, we have I think the largest assistive technology program in the state. We're leaders in that. We do a lot of the state programming, but we also work with schools. We work with people in their work, people in their home on how to be independent. And assistive technology, when I say that, can be very, very low tech, like a pencil grip, all the way up to very, very high tech, like robots or,
robots.
Or any kind of really high tech technology that's, we have things that feed people. And again, that's not my area of expertise, but we have some amazing equipment. We even have a kind of maker lab where we use 3D printers to make things that maybe there aren't, off the shelf products for people because they have a specific need.
You just print it out.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's that's the thing. They have to know how to do it. And we've even worked with some of the colleges and engineering students and things like that, which is great because they're getting real world experience. And we're helping our client at the same time. So it's fantastic. Another program I love is very near and dear to my heart is our College Navigator program. Because that was created within the last 9 years. So I'm really proud of that. And it was one of those programs that came where we saw a gap, and we saw students with disabilities. We had a statistic nationwide that they were dropping out at almost 2/3 of students with disabilities dropping out. And a lot of time it wasn't because they couldn't do the work. It was because maybe they needed their accommodations that they were getting in high school, or they didn't know how to talk to their teacher to say, I need some extra time on a test, or I need to be able to record your class. They just needed a little help, acclimating to college. So we assign them a navigator who works with them for a couple hours a week, helps them with organization, helps them access maybe the different resources that are available. And our program has a 90% success rate with keeping people in college. So it's absolutely fantastic. It started with one student, and now we have over 600 students this year. So it's really grown rapidly.
That's awesome. So you saw that gap in the trenches there, and you're like, let's do something about this. I never knew that. That's a startling statistic, though. 3/4, 75%. Really,
well, 2/3. But yeah, I mean, and again, there's no nuance to that. It's not saying like what types of disabilities or things like that. But still, it's a pretty shocking statistic. And again, we've shown that with just the tiniest bit of support, these people can graduate college, and they're going to go on to get a job, and they're going to go on to live independently, and they're going to have the life they want to have just because they took that different route when they entered college.
That's awesome. That's an awesome program.
Yeah. And that wasn't me. That wasn't me. No. Again, that was one of our staff who just said, this is a problem. We should be helping people here. So
that's awesome. And so can you share a story of someone whose life was transformed through the work of Easter Seals, Massachusetts? I mean, I'm sure that there's probably so many people. I don't know if any one sticks out or.
Yeah, there are tons, all the time. One that's personal to me just as a parent is we had a 10-year-old who had never been able to communicate. And one of our augmentative communication specialists worked with them to be able to use a device, and trained them, worked with them, customized it for them. And then they were finally able to tell their mom they loved them. And, the mom was like, that's the first time, and they used the device to say, I love you, Mom. And the mom was burst in tears, and their therapist was burst into tears. And, it's just a very special, man. Again, as a parent, you think, oh my God, that's very meaningful. Like this child is 10 years old and was thinking this their whole life, but they weren't able to communicate it until they had that piece of technology. So that's powerful.
Yeah, it gave me goosebumps. Wow. That's nuts. No, that's unbelievable. That's what I'm talking about. It's these little moments that are just huge to people that I think more of those stories need to be told, man. That's I'm glad you told that, and more people are going to hear about that, because that's the type of stuff that you guys do over there.
Yeah, that's those therapists and specialists are working with folks every single day. So
breakthroughs. What challenges do you see individuals with disabilities facing today, and how does Easter Seals Massachusetts address those challenges? I know that your staff is very very active in that piece of it, seeing something that's going wrong or a need, and then they communicate it to you guys, the higher ups, and then you guys get it done. But what are some of the other challenges that you see individuals with disabilities facing today have that they need help with?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems is employment. It really is. And, we have an employment program. I also mentioned our College Navigator program, where we're not directly getting people employed, but we're helping them to stay in school so they get the training to get a job after college. But there is still, unfortunately, stigma in the workplace where people are afraid to hire somebody with a disability, or they don't know what a reasonable accommodation is. It sounds scary to them. So our job training staff are amazing that they not only work with the person looking for a job, they also work with the employer to teach them, to provide them training on, all right, here's what this means. It's not scary. It's you're just making your workplace more accommodating to everyone. But you still see it every day where we have these highly qualified people who, people say, I can't hire you because you use a wheelchair, or because of whatever. They just they're afraid, and they have that stigma. And we work a lot with that community. We also do a lot of advocacy at the state level, to try to put some rules in place that you're not allowed to discriminate. I know there are rules, but people work around them, and we try to go the other way too, where maybe people get benefits for employing people with disabilities, because there's, it's hard to hire right now, and there's this whole population of people who have trouble finding jobs
in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Oh, glad that they have you guys in their corner, big time.
Yeah, there's a lot of great organizations as well that do that type of work, and it definitely takes a village, because it's a big issue.
Yeah, no, it's awesome that you guys are working on that. So how can people, speaking of working on it, how can people and businesses in Massachusetts contribute to creating a more inclusive community?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're a business, hiring people, making an effort to hire people with disabilities is important. And I think, like I said, I know it's hard to hire people, and I know everybody I talk to says it's hard to hire people. I think maybe considering that there may be a group that you're leaving out in your outreach would be important. Also, obviously, we love donations. It's the end of the year. It's a very busy time for people making their end of year donations to get in under that tax window. And volunteers, we can always use volunteers. So everything from individuals who come and volunteer with us up to big company, volunteer days. We've had groups of 50 people come and volunteer at the Bridge Center and help us get some work done there. So there are plenty of ways where we can use help.
Awesome. So you guys heard it here, right? You business owners, consider hiring people with disabilities. And then if you have any issues as far as like accommodations, like Paul was talking about, they have people that can talk to help smooth that out. So
for sure.
Please. So what motivates you, Paul, to keep going, even during the tough times? Because we all have them.
Yeah, it's our mission. I mean, it's our mission. I know that's probably the cliche answer, but it's the true answer. And
it's a mission for a reason.
Yeah, just seeing our clients, seeing our staff who are so passionate about helping their clients and working hard, and they're so motivated. Our clients are so motivated. It's hard to not give your best when everybody else is working so hard to make a difference. So.
I was gonna say just that story about that 10-year-old that was able to say "I love you" to their parents for the first time that did it for me. The tough time happens, I'm thinking of that one thing, and I'm all set.
Yeah. No, and I mean, getting to know people. You get to know people over the years, where different people who have come to our camps or come to our youth leadership programs or our accessible martial arts program, and you kind of build relationships with people, and you get to know them, and you don't want to let anybody down, especially when you build those relationships with them. So.
Right. Now you guys are doing too great a work to let anybody down.
Thank you.
So I want to know, Paul, outside of your work with Easter Seals, what are some hobbies and passions that bring you joy? What do you like?
Yeah, I have 3 daughters and a wife, so we certainly spend time together, and they're getting older, so they want to spend less time with dad nowadays. But I like playing games. I like strategy games, things like that. So we like doing things like that. I read a little, but yeah, those are
watch
the main
video
things.
podcasts a little bit,
Video podcast. I work out. Talk about stress management. That's working out is my stress management for sure. Kind of having that 45 minutes to an hour where I can go to another place, and that's really important.
Yeah, me and Paul talked about working out. We talked about meditation and whatnot. So, no, that's awesome. Yeah. All right, so
Jason shared a nice guided meditation with me, and I've used it. So,
yeah, I love that thing, man. I've been listening to the same one for like 3 years now straight. I'm a creature of habit, so
yeah.
So, Paul, if you could leave the audience with one message or a call to action, what would it be?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything you do makes a difference. Just remember that. Obviously for Easter seals, we're looking for help, for donations, things like that. And I think there's sometimes a mindset of, oh, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not whatever. But we have people who make a $10 donation. Quick story. We have a former client. He's assistive technology client who has a job now. He uses technology to work. Every Wednesday morning, he makes a $10 donation, and I see it come through. And I'm going to tell you that makes my day every Wednesday morning, because he makes that donation because he knows that our work helps people, because it helped him. And it's funny in a weird way. It like keeps me honest. I'm like, he's still giving that donation because he still believes in what we're doing. If it stopped, I would be devastated. But so yeah, make a donation, even if it's not to Easter seals. Choose an organization you care about this time of year, and trust me, they'll appreciate it. It'll make a difference.
All right,
But it
thanks.
should be
Well,
Easter seals.
yeah, exactly. That's. I mean, come on. So, I mean, incredible work. We just had an incredible conversation. I didn't know some of these things. I mean, you're in my networking group, and your spotlight was like on point. I learned so much stuff in that, and I think a lot of the people in the networking group, when you did that spotlight, had a lot of nice things to say too. Um, I can't say more about Easter seals, but like he said, every little bit counts. It doesn't have to be monetary. Like he said, you can volunteer if you're local. I mean, if you're not local, you can always fly in and hook it up. But no, but yeah,
Well,
volunteer work is something that doesn't cost anything. What were you gonna say, Paul?
I was just going to say, and you mentioned that open house at the Bridge Center in Bridgewater, January 7th. Come on down. That's a location where we actually bring people to us, so you can see a little bit of what we do in Bridgewater there at the Bridge Center, and it's going to be fun. You can bring family and have a good time.
That place, it's beautiful. I've visited it. It's huge too, and I mean the place where they keep the horses. That thing is massive. I didn't expect to see that when I went in there. It was
It is.
huge,
Yeah,
huge, and the horses they'll have their own different personalities too
they do.
over
They
there.
do. Yeah, and we
But
have a lift. We can get anybody on a horse. And again, we have a lot of amazing volunteers that help out, and it's a great program.
so like Paul said, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug this event as well. Once Paul leaves us too, to let you guys know so that you can get involved on January 7th. All right, so his passion for creating a more inclusive and supportive world is truly inspiring, and the work being done at Easter Seals, Massachusetts, is nothing short of life changing. Paul, thank you for sharing your journey, your insights, and powerful stories that remind us of the impact we all can have when we come together for a greater purpose. Hope to have you on the show again. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. If you're moved by what you heard tonight, I know I am, and you want to learn more or get involved, be sure to check out Easter Seals, Massachusetts. Uh, scrolling at the bottom throughout this whole thing, bridgecenter.easterseals.org. Go check that out. Whether it's through volunteering, supporting their programs, or simply spreading the word, every little bit makes a difference. Let's check out that event info one more time. All right, hosted by Easter Seals, Massachusetts, experience everything the Bridge Center has to offer on Tuesday, January 7th from 3 to 6 p.m. at their family-friendly community open house, featuring free trial classes, meet and greets with the barn animals, crafts, a campus scavenger hunt, it's a beautiful campus, and opportunities to explore programs, volunteer roles, and careers. The Bridge Center is located at 470 Pine Street in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. They provide a wide range of programs year-round and welcomes individuals of all ages to enjoy enriching experiences and opportunities for growth. The 22-acre campus consists of a beautiful pond, a vibrant equestrian center, a fun splash pad, vast outdoor fields, and more. Like I said, learn more at bridgecenter.eastersealsma.org. It's going down at the bottom. And since I'm in the sharing mood, let me see here. Don't forget, about this event as well. Join Jordan Guadalupe and John Norris for an evening of powerful business strategies covering mindset and legal insights. Learn how to define success on your own terms, build a success-focused mindset, plan for business continuity and succession, transfer your business to the next generation, and more. This next level value packed event is going to take place on Tuesday, January 14th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Cranberry Country Chamber of Commerce. The address is 9 Clayton Road in Middleborough, Massachusetts. Don't miss out, especially if you're an entrepreneur that's winging it. Seats are limited. Scan the QR code to reserve your spot on Eventbrite. If you're an entrepreneur, what's one area you'd like more guidance on? Mindset, legal planning, or succession strategies? Go ahead and share your answer in the comments. Someone will follow up with you. All right. Monday next year, January 6th, is the next week one. The topic will be Show Up, why simply being present can open doors to success. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please get in touch. I'd be happy to have you. Or if you see me at a networking event and want to get on camera, just pull me aside and we'll make that happen. Next up, from stage fright to spotlight, our comprehensive public speaking segment designed to help you master this crucial skill, whether you're speaking to a large audience or just in front of a small group. This segment of the show will give you the tools you need to shed the stage fright and step confidently into the spotlight. Tonight's segment will be brief. I have a couple of things to share. First up, the goal of this segment from stage fright to spotlight is to provide you with content that helps you improve your public speaking skills. To that end, I've been working behind the scenes to secure some special guest appearances for future segments. So stay tuned for value pack segments coming your way soon. The second thing I have for you is an open invitation to my upcoming virtual Toastmaster meeting. If you don't know what Toastmasters is, let me explain. Toastmasters International is a nonprofit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. I belong to the Spirited Speakers Club out of Middleborough, Massachusetts. We currently meet on the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month. Our meetings have been at different times because of the holiday season. Want to experience a virtual meeting? Comment Spirited and I'll share the link with you. The next meeting will be in 2025 on Wednesday, January 8th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out. Comment Spirited and I'll share the meeting link with you. You can simply observe in the background. We'll make you feel welcome, but participation is optional. No pressure, just relax and enjoy the experience. Hope to see you there. Moving on. Next up is fitness success, the 4 pillars of achievement. Each week, I alone or with a guest will break down a specific pillar to help you build a balanced, sustainable fitness routine. Week 1, Pillar 1, nutrition habits. Master your nutrition and fuel your body for success. Week 2, Pillar 2, stress management. Practical strategies for managing life's inevitable stressors. Week 3 is Pillar 3, physical activity. Tips to stay active and energized no matter your fitness level. And then week 4, Pillar 4, recovery measures. Recovery is key. Learn the best ways to rest, recharge, and avoid burnout both in and out of the gym. We're in week 4. So our focus tonight will be on Pillar 4, recovery measures. Tonight, we're going to watch a pre-recorded video I made on an important subject related to recovery measures. It's titled 5 Benefits of Taking Regular Rest Days. Please stand by while I set up the video. Here we go. We're going to talk about 5 benefits of taking regular rest days. Do you take regular rest days? I'd like to know. Go ahead and put down in the comments section if you're watching this or if this is the replay. I still want to know. Do you take regular rest days? I don't know about you, like I said, but I'm currently training with weights about 4 days a week, and I get in about 1 day of cardio. I never weight train more than 3 days in a row. When my schedule allows, I prefer 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on format to get my 4 weight training sessions in. But sometimes I end up doing a 3 days on and then 2 days off, 1 day on format. I end up doing a cardio session and some mobility work on one of the off days. That's how I do it. So what's your workout week layout look like? Let me know. I'd like to know. A successful fitness regimen isn't complete without rest days. Okay, it's a crucial part of progress, regardless of your fitness level or your fitness goal. More isn't always better when it comes to exercise, and I think a lot of people need to learn that. Okay, 5 benefits of taking regular rest days. Number one, allows time for recovery. During this time, the beneficial effects of exercise actually take place. This is when muscle growth, fat loss, and improvements in your health happen. When you're resting, you've got to put back what you've taken out. It's as true for your bank account as it is for your body. All right, that's number one. Number 2, prevents muscle fatigue. Rest allows your muscles glycogen storage to refill. Rest is necessary for avoiding exercise-induced fatigue. That's when you're doing the repetitions or your exercise and your muscles start to get tired. That's what I'm talking about. You know, your muscles store carbohydrates, and I hope you're eating some carbohydrates, in the form of glycogen. So less glycogen equals less muscle energy. Now, I understand people that are on keto, that fat works for energy for them now and all that. I'm not talking about that. That's a whole nother discussion. I'd be happy to have that with you if you like. Go ahead and hit me up. So think of it like this. More rest equals more reps. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, reduces the risk of injury. When rested, you'll be less likely to fall out of form, drop a weight, or take a wrong step. Rest will help you stay safer during exercise, point blank. Be careful of overuse injuries. Exposing your muscles to repetitive stress and strain without rest is not a great idea. Trust me, especially as you get older. Injuries can force you to take more rest days off than you planned, and you should be taking some rest days. So that is number 3 of the 5 benefits of taking regular rest days. That's number 3. Does everybody that is watching, do you take regular rest days? I'd like to know. Please let me know in the comments section. And if you have any questions this evening during this broadcast, type them out and let's get them answered. All right, again, we're talking about 5 benefits of taking regular rest days, and we are on number 4. Number 4, improves performance. Rest increases energy and prevents fatigue, which prepares your body for consistently successful workouts. When you don't get enough rest, it can be hard to do your normal routine, let alone challenge yourself. You know, for example, you'll feel less motivated. I know if I don't get enough sleep, I'm feeling less motivated. And even if I make myself go and work out, I'm just not going to have the same workout. You know, I'll feel less motivated, like I said, but to do extra reps or work as hard as you normally do, that'd be a problem. So definitely need to get some rest, and it will improve your performance. You may experience reduced endurance, slow reaction times, and poor agility. Like I said, just get that rest. You'll have a much better workout. All right, on to number 5. Number 5, supports healthy sleep. Rest can help you get better sleep by letting your hormones return to a normal, balanced state. Physical activity actually increases energy boosting hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Good luck trying to sleep on that. Consistent exercise, however, overproduces these hormones. So everybody that's working out too much, not a good idea. It's going to mess your sleep up. And if your sleep is messed up, you might want to take a look at your volume of working out. you'll have a hard time getting quality sleep, which only worsens fatigue and exhaustion, and it just compounds upon itself, and then you just have issues over time, and you're going to run yourself into the ground, and that is not a good place to be, not at all. So you got to get that rest. Speaking of supporting healthy sleep, as a bonus, because we just went over the 5 benefits of taking regular rest days, right? So as a bonus, I'm going to send anybody that requests it an awesome guide that will help you get better sleep. In order to get tonight's bonus, the power of sleep, why it's so important and how to get more of it, all you have to do is comment better sleep in the comment section to get your copy. It's just that easy. So to recap again, 5 benefits of taking regular rest days. Number 1, allows time for recovery. Number 2, prevents muscle fatigue. Number 3, reduces the risk of injury. Number 4, improves performance. And number 5, it supports healthy sleep. The ideal rest day formula looks different for each person. It depends on the intensity and frequency of your normal routine, along with your lifestyle outside of exercise, of course. You know, what time do you go to bed? Do you get good rest? What are your eating habits like? What are your stress levels like from work, from just regular personal life? All these factor in big time. Okay, if you have any questions about your rest day regimen, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you do have any questions about rest or your regimen of rest or lack thereof, and I will help you out. So what did you think about the information in the video? Did you get anything out of it? Let me know in the comments. We've unpacked why rest isn't just downtime. It's when the magic happens. Muscles grow, fat burns, and your body resets for peak performance. Skipping recovery is like neglecting to deposit funds back into your bank account. Eventually, you'll go broke in both energy and results. Remember, proper recovery fuels your workouts, protects against injury, and keeps your metabolism running strong. And let's not forget the powerhouse of quality sleep, arguably the most critical part of your recovery process. So, as you move forward in your fitness journey, make rest a priority, not a luxury. If this sparked any questions or you've got insights to share, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep working smart, not just hard. That concludes Fitness Success, the 4 Pillars of Achievement segment for this evening. Next year, Monday, January 6th, is the next week 1. We'll be discussing Pillar 1, nutrition habits. Master your nutrition and fuel your body for success. Interested in being a guest and joining the conversation or having your questions answered on the next show? All you have to do is ask. Comment below. We'll make it happen, even for those watching the replay. Now let's move on to the final segment for tonight. All right, the Real Estate Roundup segment keeps you updated on the latest in the real estate world. Whether you're interested in residential or commercial, this segment's got you covered. I'll invite guest experts to share insights and discuss the subjects that you want to hear more about. If you didn't already know, I am with J&S Realty Group. We are a commercial real estate brokerage and consulting firm out of Braintree, Massachusetts, servicing all of Eastern Massachusetts. We specialize in commercial real estate transactions, including sales and leases. And we also consult on a variety of commercial real estate related matters, including, but not limited to, nonprofits, religious and otherwise, potentially environmentally compromised property, and transit-oriented development. Other services include commercial lease audits, and if you or anyone you know owns a commercial property and wants to know its worth on the current market, we can do a commercial broker opinion of value for you. If you or someone you know is in need of a commercial real estate professional, please contact us directly or comment on this video and we will follow up with you. All right.
We also work with residential real estate brokers. So if you are a residential agent in need of commercial expertise, please don't hesitate to contact us for assistance. What real estate topics are you most curious about? Which ones do you want to learn more about? Residential, commercial, or something else entirely? I'd really appreciate it if you shared your thoughts in the comments. And if you're watching on the replay, your input is just as valuable. Your feedback will guide me in creating future content. All right. Keeping it moving. Thanks for joining me for another episode of, or actually the last episode of the year of Keeping It Real. I can't believe we've been going on for 1 quarter now. That's awesome. So we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn every week, except for the 5th week, which is next week. You won't see me next Monday. This show is always the 4 first Mondays of every month. This month has 5 in it, so I get a week off. And I'll see you guys next year on the 6th, like I said. So every week, we'll dive into important topics that will help you grow with a mix of fun and practical advice, from nutrition habits to real estate, public speaking skills to networking strategies. This show is designed to inspire you, keep it real, and of course, keep it fun. Tonight, in the Core 4 of Networking segment, I had a special guest on, Paul Medeiros of Easter Seals, Massachusetts. Awesome guy. And then in the public speaking segment of the show, From Stage Fright to Spotlight, I shared with you that I've been working behind the scenes, and I also invited you to visit one of my next virtual Toastmaster meetings. So remember, if you're in a different state and you want to join a Toastmaster meeting, see what it's all about, comment Spirited under this video, and I will send you the link. Next meeting is January 8th, next year on Wednesday. In the fitness success segment, we covered 5 benefits of taking regular rest days. Then, lastly, I communicated to you the services of my commercial real estate brokerage and consulting firm, J. Nuss Realty Group. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a comment about what you enjoyed. And if you didn't like something, let me know that too. If you arrived after we started or missed any details, don't worry. You can always check out the replay. Before we end tonight's show, I have one last thing to share. Every show will end on a high note with a funny meme or short hilarious video to keep you smiling. Please stand by for this week's hilarious moment.
I'm terrified! Please don't do this! Please! It's not scary. Please! I'm terrified! Please don't do this! No, head back! No, please do it! Alright, please don't do it! Please don't do it! Okay, head back, it's fine! No, please don't do it! Please don't do it!
Okay, fainting over and over like that again can't be good for you. It just can't be. Thanks for joining me this evening. I can't wait to see you next year in 2025 for more Keeping It Real. Be sure to leave your comments, share your thoughts, and don't hesitate to get involved. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep it real. Enjoy and have a safe rest of your holiday season. See you next year on Monday, January 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys.
I know everybody a go like. I know everybody a go like. Success don't come overnight. No make them know a substance over hype. Do it